Hi, welcome back to your new lesson. We are going to learn in this video AVR CPU and the registers. In previous video, we have seen how many AVR families are there and the members of each family microcontrollers. But in this lesson, we are specifically going to learn about AVR CPU and its registers. So AVR is made up of CPU and the registers. So what you can see, there is a CPU which is made up of ALU, and this CPU have a registers. And if you have seen previous videos, then you can understand how these registers are being accessed into the CPU. CPU use many registers to store data temporarily, and in AVR microcontroller there are 32 registers are available to store those data temporarily. To program this into the assembly language, we must understand the registers and the architecture of a given CPU and the role they play in processing the data. In the AVR microcontroller, each registers are 8-bit long. That means they can store maximum 255 decimal values in a single registers. So if we say that the CPU is 8-bit long, that means the CPU can handle only 8-bit processing, and the registers of the CPU is only the 8-bit long. The type of the registers, these 32 registers, are known as the general purpose registers. That means these registers can be used for storing the data into the CPU and storing the data into the memory. AVR microcontrollers have these registers for arithmetic and the logic operation. In the CPU, registers are used to store information temporarily, as we have already discussed that, and also the data can be processed into the byte, and if the data is more than 8-bit, then that data can be divided into the chunk of 8-bit. The vast majority of AVR registers are the 8-bit registers, as we have discussed earlier that, and there is only one data type, that is the 8-bit data type in AVR microcontroller, that is always. And the registers can be broken down into the 8-bit parts. So those parts we can say that is the D7, D6, D5, D4, D3, 2, 1 and the 0. That means the 8-bit long of the registers. Okay, so here this is the LSB, as you might know, and this one is the MSB. And once ALU performs the operation on these registers, so their registers, you can say the register A and B, and these registers A and B can be assigned from R0 to R31. As here you see, there are 32 general purpose registers, and those registers are from R0 to R31, and the operation can be done on the registers of R0 to R31. And once the operation is done, the result will be either stored into the memory or into the register. So after the operation, the ALU always updates the flag registers. So the flag registers have these bits. Those are the carry bit. Here this is the carry bit, the 0 results, and this N is for negative results. This is the overflow, and here this is the sign, and here the H is for half carry. Okay, that is for half carry. Great. So now we are going to understand the ALU and the register operation with an example, and here we have an example of an instruction which is LDI, that means the load immediate. This means load immediate, and the load immediate only can be applied from R16 to R31. Okay, So if we apply these LDI on the registers less than R16, then the compiler will give you a error. And the immediate value, that's mean there will be a decimal value. You can say there will be an integer value. Okay, the integer value which has to be which you need to load into a register. So let's write this in the form of the code, and the code is here the LDI, RD and the K. So this is the destination register, and here this is a int value. Okay, so this int value is 8-bit long value. So the 8-bit long value that can be stored 255 into the decimal or 0xFF into the hexadecimal. And if we write this like this, let's say the LDI R25 0x25. So after the execution of this instruction, R25 would be loaded or would be assigned with the 0x25. So this is the hexadecimal value 0x25, that would be the 0010 and the 0101. So this value will be loaded. Here if you see, this is corresponding to the 1, this is corresponding to the 4, and this is corresponding to the 32. So the 0x25 is equal to here 37 in the decimal value. So the R25 would be loaded with the decimal value of the 37. In a similar way, we can say another example. Let's say R31, and here we have 0x79. So after the execution of this instruction, R31 will be loaded with the 0x79. And let's take another example. If we say the LDI R12 and then 0x25. As earlier we had discussed that this is going to produce an error. Why this error? Since this LDI, since this LDI here, this only operates from R16 to R31. So here R12 is less than R16, that means this is going to produce error. Okay, so the compiler will not compile this type of the code. So now let's take the another example, the add type of instruction. In the add type of instruction, we are going to take another example. Let's say here we have add RD and the RR. So here this is destination register and this one is the source register. Okay, so if we see an example, let's say the RD R16, the 0x25. So it will produce a result of R16 equal to the R16 plus 0x25. That means it will add this 0x25 into R16 register. But here, we don't know what is the R16. So before that, we have to load that R16 with the LDI instruction. Now let's load it with the 10. So once you perform these two operations, it will add R16 with the 0x25, and the earlier the R16 was loaded with the 10. Now the new value into R16 would be 0x35. Okay, so after this we are going to review few questions based on this tutorial, based on this lesson which we have discussed here. So here we have these questions. There are total 5 questions and we are going to solve this question. So the first question is write instruction to move the value of 0x34 into the R29. So that means you are going to write an instruction with LDI R29, and here this says that the value is 0x25 to 0x the value is 0x24, sorry, the value is 0x34. So we are going to load here the 0x34. Okay, right. So now the next question is write instruction. Next question is write instruction to add the value of 0x16 and the 0xcd and then place the result into R19. That's mean this is the solution of first question. The second question, we are going to first load this into, let's say, the R16 register, that is 0x34, and then we are going to load this. We can do the this, let's say, the R17 with 0xcd, and then we can perform add operation. After this we can perform the add operation, and once we do the add operation, here we can say R16 and R17, and then R16 will be loaded from R16 plus R17. Okay, and now the place result will be placed into R19. Then we can move this R16 into R19. That's mean here the R19 will be moved in from the R16. And the another way of the coding this, we can directly modify these two instructions like this: LDI R19 0x34, and then LDI, let's say the R16 or the 17, anything, 0xcd, and then we can add R19 and R16. In this case, R19 will be directly loaded with the R16 plus R19, where the R19 is the previous result, and now the new result will be stored into the R19. And before we end this tutorial, I would like to make a correction here, and the correction is here. The correction is here into the add operation. Okay, so we did addition in an immediate value, which is not possible. So what we need to do, before we add here, we need to do LDI into R17, let's say 0x25, and then finally we can add R16 and R17 registers here. So this instruction was wrong here. Okay, great. So I'm extremely sorry for that one, if this caused problem to you. So this is all about in this video, in which we have learned about AVR CPU and its registers, and we had also taken the two type of the instruction set into the AVR, such as the LDI and the add instruction set here, and we had also solved the problem here. So these 5 problems. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please do not forget to subscribe.